Rome now declaring war on Nubia, which is interesting because Rome don't have any army next to Nubia, but they must have done something to them. Probably all of these apostles actually trying to counter spread on Rome. Rome definitely taking a nice aggressive position in this game. I like it. I like it thus far. Oh, Greece making peace with Australia as well. No cities flipping. That was a bit of a nothing war. And this city being put down here. Oh wow, so Rome did finally settle towards the middle of the map. Now that's an interesting one. That gives Rome access to a lot of luxuries and a lot of resources in the middle of the map. So they're gonna enjoy that. It's just a case of whether they can hang on to the city. Rebellion in 21 turns, that should settle down pretty quickly. Rome, of course, get 3 monuments in all the cities, which help with the loyalty. And it looks like they've probably got a bunch of governors as well. Now, this is interesting. Crossbow army defending against infantry here. Oh, look at that. That's a musketman army coming up. It feels like Rome have taken this war a little too early, although it now looks like they're going for Leventa. Was that what the war with Nubia was about? Are they just going after the city-state? If so, that is a very, very good move. If Rome can take these middle city-states, they've got a 3 reign at Nubia, and as well, these city-states, if they were to fall, then that sea could be controlled quite easily against Australia as well. So, yeah, interesting how this is playing out thus far. Rome is even building observation balloons. That is a wonderful thing to see. You never see the computer using observation balloons properly, but well coupled up, a human player can use those to massively increase the range of bombards and that sort of thing. So, an interesting one that. I always love seeing the computer with an infantry army. Such a powerful unit, but you just feel like the computer doesn't know how to use it. I mean, in the right hands, that can just lay waste to anything. But, never mind. Oh, Leventa's walls are falling. Well, it looks like Rome are just ramming infantry into the city. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Fair enough. Go Rome. I love that. Rome and Nubia have been having this scrap for a couple of turns now, but Nubia cheekily building an encampment just in the way there. That's going to really mess with the computer. And it looks like Nubia are also coming to the defense of Leventa here. Rome, very strong, but don't have a navy, like at all, even though they've got great admirals. Very weird place to be, that one. Like, I haven't seen any Roman ships anywhere. Checking down into Nubia, they're doing alright. I mean, they've got great engineers, which is a good sign. It means they've got decent production levels. You can see at least a couple of wonders. Colosseum, the Oracle is a good example. So what's this one? Is that one being built? Taj Mahal is under construction. So, I mean, Nubia doing alright. India very much having a quiet game actually. Chandragupta are normally incredibly aggressive, but very peaceful thus far. They've got the Mahabodhi Temple, a very faithy wonder, but nonetheless a pretty decent one. They've got Stonehenge down here as well, the Great Lighthouse I see. So again, fairly decent, but nothing too spectacular. What about Greece? Greece are again having a relatively quiet game actually. The Angkor Wat. Is this the Apanda? Yeah, Apanda. It's a panda, everybody. Statue of Liberty. We've got, what's this one? Cristo Redentor being built. It looks like they build the mountain. That seems a little bit excessive, but never mind. Australia normally build a couple of wonders. Look, it looks like they've got aerodromes, which is quite cool. So planes for Australia. We've seen the computers use planes quite well in heats previously. So interested to see what happens there. Rome with Big Ben at the very least I see. That's the Forbidden Palace. Over here we've got the Colossus, the Chicken Pizza. We've got the, what is it, the Hoy Chachilcoli. I'm not even going to pronounce that right. It's the Basel Cathedral, Petra. What's this one? Broadway under construction. The Jebel Bakal, the Temple of Artemis, Nubia just finished something, Alabrama, I mean, Rome just with tons of the damn things, a Hermitage over there as well, Cristo Redentor under production, Rome just massively with the wonder sort of winning at the moment. Oh, and look, Leventa falls to Rome, just one shot from that Bombard army and it fell. That just shows you, Bombard army, just with the proper hands, can do really well. And Australia couldn't keep hold of this city. So it's this Greece's way back into the game. Sometimes the computers can be a little stretched for luxuries and it kind of holds them up. But if they can keep that, then that's really cool. Submarine fleets just shooting the city as well, that's interesting. Rome finally starting to build boats as well. Ironclads are going to start taking down Nubia's frigates, which is an interesting one. Oh my god, a warrior monk on the move. I don't think I've ever seen the computer actually use warrior monks. That's great to see. Rome and Nubia make peace. Nubia just not being able to hold on to Leventon, and that's got to hurt. That probably was a huge amount of the faith output that Nubia were getting, because obviously that applies to all of their holy sites, which they have a couple, to put it mildly. So interesting to see what Nubia do now. Again, the computer just can't, they just want to shoot this free city. They can't let go of it. So Australia, it looks like they're probably going to be the ones to grab it again, which is a shame for Greece. Greece just don't seem to be able to actually grab hold of this one. You know what, I still don't think I've seen Chandragupta in a single war in this game. It's the weirdest thing. They're normally so super aggressive. They've just gone all shy on us, and I don't know why. Australia have declared war on Greece. Now that's an interesting one. Why have they done that? Neither city with much in the area here. And actually Australia with battleships, so those battleships should very easily take care of these frigates unless they're not careful about it. Now why would Australia have done that? Again, is there a city-state probably swinging things here, or? Weird. Very strange war that. Greece do take the city. That's an interesting one. So Greece should be able to hold on to that because of the proximity of their other cities there. Rome declaring war on Greece though. No shared borders, so there's only so far Rome could get there, but Greece normally have a couple of city-state allies, so Rome might go after a couple more city-states. Maybe that's why they've done it. Greece starting to ruffle some feathers though. I like it. Yeah, it does look like Rome are going after Auckland, so possibly an ally of Greece over here. That could have been why they declared war. But Rome just running away with this game at the moment. Oh look, they settled right on the edge of Nubian land. That's got to be a bit of a kick in the teeth. That should actually help an invasion though later on in the game. It's not actually that bad a move. Tank armies as well. Australia and Greece making peace as Australia loses Brisbane to loyalty. That's an interesting one because that's going to go Rome's way. Like I don't think anybody else would get that, and Rome, the one thing they do not need right now is an increase in sort of pressure on this middle bit. India declares war on Greece. Wow, this is the first move we've seen India make, and actually somehow they have bombards down and drones. That's an interesting one. Will these drones provide enough range to the bombards? I can't remember how exactly they work. If India do well here, they might be able to pick up on the fact that Greece has just been at war with Australia, so it's probably a little bit weaker than they should be, although they are sending out, unfortunately, Varu Corps, which are effectively elephants, literally against infantry with machine guns. So, you know, that might not be so good. Looks like Rome is also going after Zanzibar, which is quite a cool thing. I don't know if Rome are going to be able to take either. Actually, you know what? Auckland's wall is now half done. You just feel like all Rome needs is a couple of battleships and they can become just the perfect killing squad. Like, at the moment, these tanks are great and they've got helicopters flying around and that's all very well and good, but they just need a couple of battleships and they could really, really start to consolidate I should say. Solidate? What the hell does solidate mean? I'm not sure. They could consolidate all of the oceans around them. It looks like they're finally starting to build ironclads and battleships now, but still. Nubia have had this army, whatever it is, army, just sat around in the middle of the sea for probably the last 30 turns and haven't done anything with it. Like, what are you doing? You've still got pike and shot and an infantry army. Those two things should not be next to each other. You should have anti-tank by now. I mean, come on. Sort yourself out. Oh, again, what is Rome doing? This is just the one problem they've got. Rome makes peace with Greece, which means that both of these city-states are now let off the hook. Auckland was one turn away from being there. Nubia's declared war on Greece though, and Australia has declared war on India. So Nubia, Greece is a bit pointless, but Australia, India? No, again a bit pointless. People are just not very connected right now. Brisbane going to Rome, I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to even wait for it. They're just going to smash it with tanks, so, you know, that's cool. But are Rome going to regret taking those two city-states? That's a shame, that. Looking at Nubia's empire, and this is the problem of having such closely compacted cities together. I reckon a thermonuclear missile would take out 2 cities here, 2 cities there, 2 cities there. Like, there's no way you could fire a thermonuclear missile in this area and not hit at least 2 cities. Nubia are going to be really exposed in the sort of atomic and information ages. When nukes start raining, they've got to be very careful. Ooh, now Rome goes after India. Again, Rome doing very well at being aggressive, but I just feel like Rome keep declaring peace just when they're about to take stuff. If Rome would play this a little bit better, Rome would have Brisbane, Auckland and Zanzibar. That's another 3 cities on this map. They would be unquestionably the biggest power, and they are pretty much the biggest power at the moment, but they're not infallible. And again, you can't afford just to be sending armies like that far in. Take this city first and then move in. Rome just sending their troops way into Indian territory here. I mean, that's fine, but you're not doing anything. Just use your artillery, right? You've got artillery here. Just take this city, for God's sake. And then all the others might start falling to loyalty anyway. Rome do have some like absolutely savage population, but 28, 26 down here. India and Greece make peace. 26 over here as well. Really, really big cities. I'm very impressed with the level that they've done there. India and Greece making peace. I mean, there's nothing really happening there. India kind of took a little bit of damage off one wall, and that was about it. There's nothing really else happened in this war so far. India and Greece both very, very much playing it safe and not really benefiting from that approach, really. Mumbai has been surrounded for about 5-6 turns now, and the artillery are just doing the thing where they keep moving rather than attacking. Yeah, let artillery off. Rome aren't going to be able to take any of these Indian cities, which is a real shame. Why? And then, this one's now starting to be lost to loyalty as well. This 3 city, both Australia and Rome keep trying to shoot, although Rome have the melee troop next to them, so I expect them. And Australia is very kindly taking the walls off for them, so I'm expecting Rome to pick up that city. But Mumbai, they should have won by now. Like, that's an easy win for them. Why you don't attack infantry armies into a 99 strength city without any siege equipment? I mean, I know you've got Brisbane, that's great, but you should also have Mumbai there now. And also Auckland and Zanzibar. Oh, it's so frustrating. It winds me up. It's like, you're so close to being really good. Turn 161, and we're now reaching the stage of the game where computers hopefully should start picking up and using aeroplanes really, really well. What's that burning over here, India? Entertainment complex. Who would sabotage a zoo? Oh, honestly, Nubia goes after India as well. That's good, because both India and Nubia were being very, very boring right now. Now, this means that India's army might get sort of convened to come and defend, because at the moment Rome are being really annoying, but they're not really doing too much. I know Rome have just lost their city to rebellion as well. Oh, the Roman Empire beginning to possibly fall apart. That's a bit of a shock, and definitely never happened before. But Rome do have rocket artillery and modern armour. It's just that they keep refusing to attack the cities that they're right next to. It's so infuriating. Rome could have obviously beaten that one by now. Also, it looks now like this city over here, Nubia have got a good chance of taking that back, although they have declared war in India now. So, you know, it could be better, but I mean, it's just Rome's inability to actually stop. They keep just trying to push and take the next city. It's like, take this one, for God's sake. Rome are sat on 8 out of 8 planes down here, and it looks like they've got a decent assortment of sort of bombers and stuff, just watching them fly around. All Rome need to do is build an airport over here, and suddenly they've got aeroplanes that they can use to attack, and computers are really good at using aeroplanes. The one thing that they can actually be forced to do properly, because obviously aeroplanes have limited range, so they can only attack so far away from the airport. It kind of means they're stuck to the front line rather than being flown way too far towards the back, but we'll see what happens. Otherwise, all quiet on the map so far. Australia have kind of just sat back now and have retreated to their little island. I don't blame them. They got forced quite aggressively out of the middle, and yeah, things haven't gone so well for them. Brisbane sort of can't decide whether it's coming or going, really. Greece, not really doing much. Again, they're sat on, you know, a bunch of airports. They're building spaceports, whatever. Oh, I say that. Greece has now declared war on Nubia. I mean, again, you're not going to get very far there, but you've got no troops anywhere near. India, apart from being just constantly plagued by Roman modern armour, which is, one problem to have, that they seem to actually be dealing with fairly well, just literally by using the city defence mechanism. So that's fine. India are otherwise doing fairly well. They've got a pretty decent expansion. They're holding on to the cities from Rome. Roman aggression pretty well. It's yeah, fair enough. Nubia haven't really done anything particularly either. They've still got frigates, of all things. So clearly they're not doing too well in terms of science. I can't see any battleships anywhere. This free city though looks like it's about to flip to Nubia, unless something extraordinary happens, because Rome obviously lost it. They shouldn't be winning that back, I don't think. We'll just hang on just for a second or two, because I have a feeling this will flip pretty soon, but we shall see nonetheless. Yeah, there we go, flip to Nubia. So that's interesting. Turn 174. Rome, I mean, I keep talking about Rome because, to be honest, Rome are the only people doing anything. They're doing pretty well. I mean, they're idiots. They can't move an army around to save their life, but apart from that, they're fine. Although, actually, they almost look like they're out of army, weirdly. Like, there's still a couple of tanks sort of floating around, but they're getting pretty low. Rome have got to be careful they don't overstretch themselves here, and they need to actually start using frickin' bombers, because, oh my god, bombers are so good in this game. Oh my god, Rome just shot a city with rocket artillery. I really hope this is the swing for Rome now. Rome might actually start doing something positive. Please, Rome, please. Oh my god, Rome have finally made a breakthrough on the city here, Agra. These rocket artillery are fantastic, because they can actually make up for the fact that the computer can't fire and move and think sensibly in one go. So I'm hoping this is the start of Rome actually launching a decent attack against somebody. All Rome need to do as well is put an airport down here somewhere, and they've got the opportunity. Does India have an airport in this area? I don't think they do, actually, because I was going to say if they could steal one, that would be even better. But no. Okay, so it looks like India might lose the city, and they actually retreated their destroyer armadas, which is something. If Rome can take this and Mumbai, they pretty much won the middle circle. There would be only one Greek city left on it, and that's not really anything. Australia can't really encroach now. Brisbane is now full loyalty as well. Greece is kind of, well, just doing whatever Greece is doing, really. There's nothing too exciting going on. Yeah, Agra, look, has been won. Fantastic, and big explosions in the commercial hub. I'm not entirely sure what that was all about, but there we go. And this rocket artillery army is already heading to Mumbai. I really, really hope this is now the start of Rome actually putting their sleeves up and doing a decent assault against somebody. Nubia and India making peace in what must have been the least consequential war of all time so far. I mean, I'm not even exaggerating there. That was like literally nothing happened. Nubia just kind of threw a couple of troops across the ocean and went, oh look, we were unprepared, I wonder what will happen. And then they all ended up dying and went, oh, that was strange. How could we have foreseen that one coming? It was all ridiculous. Rome finally getting the walls of Mumbai down as well. Really interesting to see this. These rocket artillery armies are way better for the computer. Way better. If Rome can stock up on a couple of those, then they could really start, really pushing down. And look, airports are finally being built everywhere. Come on, Rome, you can do it. I'm kind of rooting for Rome now. Rome is our only chance at a competent AI. Yeah, here we go. I just saw Mumbai's health drop like in 4 separate attacks down to 0 with no troops near it. So finally, Rome is starting to employ jet bombers and the like to attack. I think this is probably the end of the game coming up. We've got 12 turns now until we get to turn 200. Looks like Australia are going to have a go at somebody. Maybe Greece. We'll see how that goes for them. Probably not well, to be honest. But we'll see how Rome do. In the last 12 turns, can we take any more cities? I reckon they could probably take Mumbai if they actually get their troops in order. And then this is nuke territory. If you were to drop a thermonuclear just here, you get both of these cities down to 0 and you could sweep them up. Come on, Rome. Interestingly, the Roman bombers are coming from here. That's a long way away. More range than I thought was possible. I mean, good on you, Rome. You made it work somehow. It is hilarious what the computer does. We are in the middle of the ocean now, and you can see a huge armada from Greece, from Nubia, just floating around. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing. Maybe Greece is going after Rome. Again, I wouldn't know why they would want to do that, because Rome is way powerful. Like, way powerful. And it looks like they've actually finally got some melee troops near the city. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Mumbai will get taken. At this point, I just don't understand the computer. Competent AI. My goodness, could you imagine? It would be a scary thing, that. So Rome, city on 0 health still. You've got 5 melee units around it. You gonna attack it? No? Okay, fine. Well, just keep pushing your troops down here. That's probably the best thing to do. So we're pretty much on turn 200 now. Rome clearly the winners, although I am super tempted to disqualify them just for the incapability of fighting. Turn 198. Okay, we're cheating a little bit. There's a couple of turns before, but I mean, it's quite clear nothing's going to happen now. Rome easily the victors, so we'll keep an eye out for the rest of them. Nubia, very quiet game to be honest, pushed back quite early from this city. Everybody got involved. India, again, I kind of expected them to do better. They had all 3 of these cities at one point and ended up getting pushed back quite majorly. Greece, again, a real non-starter. Australia tried to get involved a couple of times but failed. So Rome clearly the victor of this semi-final. We'll go into the other 2 semi-finals. We'll see what the other AIs do and we'll award some sort of second places. But I'm not tempted to give it to any of these guys for now. We'll see how the other semi-finals play out. But thank you very much for watching. Next time, we have got Korea, Norway, Alexander, Shaka, and America. So that should be an interesting one. A couple of aggressive people and then a couple of nice strong builders in that game. Alexander, I'm tempted to see because we haven't seen them in action yet. We'll see how far they get. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!